Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can everyone hear me? Hopefully this is working. Everyone can hear me. I will repeat everything, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I will wait just to make sure that there is sound, because obviously I've went through this now twice. The first time I didn't actually start the stream. Hopefully now the sound is working. So give it another few minutes for the stream to catch up. Just let me know as soon as... There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. I just put out a video discussing exactly what we're talking about today. Now, I've been asked a couple of times earlier today, when's a good time to buy? And I've been talking about we are going to see a further dip at market close. I even mentioned this green candle here. You know, it looks like a relief rally. Maybe we could bump out. A lot of people were thinking we could bump out, but the fact that we closed under 42 was a pretty bearish indicator anyway. So this is to be expected. I've been expecting this dump, this second half, basically all day. I knew the second traditional markets closed, we were going to have some serious issues in the crypto market. So it's to be expected. It's not, not to be unexpected. Now, can we see below 30K and go down under the 32? Yeah, it's possible. I think possible to see under the 32 for sure. Could we see an under 30K Bitcoin in this dump? I think it's possible. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. If we do see an under 30K, I think it'll just be temporary. But of course, it'll be scary. So it is what it is. But I definitely would be looking at this opportunity to pick up some altcoins. But again, we are looking at a very bearish trend going forward. So it's most likely that we're going to have further downturns. So whatever I would do, I would just keep some fiat on the sidelines if you can, and buy the dip, because we are going to see prices lower. Today, I would fully expect a Bitcoin under 32,000. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but it depends on how the dip goes. Same thing with Ethereum. I've been waiting to buy a little bit of Ethereum. My price target right now is probably roughly around $1,900 or around 2,000. So we'll see where we can go for Ethereum. But that's probably my buying opportunity for Ethereum. And then I'm going to be bridging Ethereum onto Polkaswap this weekend, tomorrow at 11 a.m. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and buy some Ethereum. Wait for 11. We'll be doing that. Just be aware that you're going to be paying a gas fee to bridge it over. So ETH fees are still going to suck. It is what it is. But there's still a lot of buying in the market. In terms of Cardano, because I know a lot of people hold Cardano. Cardano is holding strong at the $1.50, which is pretty impressive. I think there's a lot of strength with Cardano, but that being said, I do think Cardano can still go a little bit further. I think a lot of people are nervous mainly because they just got into the market, and that's something to recognize too, because if we look at the total cryptocurrency market, a lot of people have entered after February, right? So all of this is all zones that people have been buying at. So when you see crypto down below the prices of February, people are going to get freaked out. Some people aren't. Some people are going to be generally fine with it and everything and not have any issues. But some people are going to freak out a little bit. But in terms of ADA, like I think ADA is a truck. Can ADA go further down? It all depends on if the crypto market goes down further. So if Bitcoin goes down pretty bearish, we could see Cardano go back down to these levels. Down to $1, below $1, it's all possible. If it does go down that far, I don't expect that it'll stay down that far. So that's a good opportunity to buy into a wick. But again, prices can go further down, especially with the bearish trend. There's a lot of shorts in the market. A lot of people are going after crypto right now. So it's to be expected that we are going to see a little bit of a downturn. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Good work. If you want to, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, that's my opinion on ADA. I'd say ADA's holding pretty strong, but this is what we've talked about with ADA before. The fact that it trades level gives it higher support at these levels. So when Bitcoin capitulates, it's typically able to hold a better level that it held before. And as well, if you look at Cardano compared to Polkadot, like Polkadot, we haven't seen this Polkadot price since February. Cardano, we haven't seen this price since basically May, right? The beginning of the month, essentially. So not much money has been wiped off of Cardano, which is pretty good for Cardano holders. Again, I wouldn't stress a dip. I would just be making sure that you're staking in Daedalus, you're still earning ADA. And as long as you're earning ADA, then you're good to go. You're here for the long term. You're not here for the short term. So just keep that in mind. Make sure, guys, drop a like too. If you're just stopping in, whatever, if you just want to get a grips on the market. I'm not going to be on too long because I'm going to go for a bike in about 15-20 minutes here. But I'm absolutely happy to take any questions as well. I've seen so many chat screenshots of 4chan from Wales. Yeah, it's possible that a lot of this is market manipulation. You got to expect the downward trend too. There's a lot of pressure going to the downside. When there's momentum going up, typically it's you're pretty good in terms of guessing that the market's going to go up, right? So here, like all of this time, the market's consistently going up, even amongst the dips. So it's pretty easy to predict, hey, the market's going to continue going up because we're still in a bullish trend. But obviously now we're in a much bearish trend, much deeper than a lot of people may have thought that we could go. I personally think that this is pretty far from the course. Now, that being said, this is probably one of the biggest dips, and I'm talking about over the last couple of days, probably one of the biggest dips that we've suffered in cryptocurrency, at least since I've been around, and that's been for the whole 2020. But there are some people that are a little afraid of this, and I would just say caution not to sell, especially if you're in the red. I would absolutely be taking this opportunity to lower your dollar cost average. There are a lot of coins on sale right now. KSM below $300, BNB at 301, VeChain at 10 cents. Although I'd like to see VeChain go a little bit more down before I committed into buying some VeChain. So that is, what's the dollar doing right now? Dollar's up right now. That's interesting. So the dollar's up, crypto's down. That makes a lot of sense. An interesting thing to note, and I forgot to bring this up in a video about ADA actually, so we'll go back to ADA really quick. This is the ADA and Ethereum chart. When we saw that ADA, when Ethereum was pumping, this is like the big drawn out downturn that ADA took against the ADA Ether evaluation. And then we saw when Ethereum cooled down here, ADA finally made a shoot up, but it's also holding pretty well at Cardano, at the ADA ETH evaluation. So interesting. I don't know exactly what this means in terms of where ADA is going to go. It just means that it has a lot of support and a lot of buying pressure. But, you know, at the end of the day, if the crypto market goes down, I don't think much is going to really change that. So imagine a $1,000 portfolio starting today. Where would I put my investment? In the, I would say, okay, so it depends on what the $1,000 is in. Let's guess that your $1,000 is in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. Now, if it isn't, I would say buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum because those are going to be your safest bets. I don't know that I would buy Cardano, right? And the only reason I say that is because it's at $1.50. It's holding support right now, and it could go further down. It's at a little bit too much of a price that it can't stomach, especially since it's been at this price here in May and then here again. I would say Polkadot is a definite buy. Look at this. Polkadot's down way below where it was at the start of February. KSM's really far. Actually, I wouldn't say KSM's that far down, but it is showing March. BNB is an absolute steal at this price because, again, it's a direct clone from Ethereum in terms of the Binance Smart Chain. And then, again, if I'm looking at $1,000, I would probably spread it amongst maybe DOT, BNB, VeChain. I'm not a big fan of Chainlink, but I know a lot of people like Chainlink, and Chainlink's dropped a good amount. So, yeah. I would say ADA's risky at this price. ADA at a lower price is going to be much, much better because ADA's holding a lot, but I don't suspect that it's going to hold this price for long, right? So even though ADA has a lot of support, a lot of buying pressure, I can expect ADA to go further down, maybe not all the way down to this wick, but it can still go down. So I don't know how much ADA I would be buying. That being said, if you don't have any Cardano, yeah, now's not a bad time to enter, but I dollar cost average through the weekend because I think this is not going to be an isolated incident. I think even if we go down today and stay down on Friday, I think throughout basically the weekend we're going to have basically a bearish trend. And again, we could see a below $32,000 Bitcoin. So it's all possible, but I'd say there's a lot of alts to buy. Again, not just the alts that I put here. Like if we take a look at CoinGecko, there's a lot of capitulation out, but there's a lot of tokens that are still holding. Like I think Polygon, Matic is still doing pretty well. It's probably dropping now. I haven't seen it in the last couple of days, but there's a lot of good tokens to look at. Where's Theta at? Because Theta was, So I'm at Canadian. Hold on. Let me switch this to US prices. These prices are going to get a whole lot better. Okay, so Theta being, where was Theta? Theta is ranked 22. That's unreal. Theta is at $5.98. Theta is a steal at this price. So you have Theta at this price. You have what else? What else are good buys up in the top 10? I'm so surprised, or up in the top 100. I'm so surprised that SafeMoon is up in the top 100. But hey, whatever. Buy into the Ponzi, I guess. I'm a huge fan of Pancake, but I'm also a fan of BNB. I have an equal amount of Pancake and BNB being staked on Pancakeswap. So Pancake is still a good token. It's still going to go somewhere. KSM, like we've talked about, KSM's doing very well. Avalanche is down 40% on the 7-day. That's a pretty good buy for anyone that hasn't entered AVAX already. Cell token, I own some Cell token. It's still hard for me to say it's a buy at this price, but it's definitely a buy because I still think Cell token can reach upwards to $10 plus this bull market. But it's definitely more if you like have Celsius and you want to earn more rates. Get some Cell token. HBAR is also a good bet for the long term. It's also at a good price, dropped about 33% over the last 7 days. So that's a pretty good buying opportunity. Same with Elrond or Elrond. Sorry, I don't know why I can't say Elrond today, but yeah, Elrond's a good buy, 44% down. So there's a lot of stuff to buy. There's still like a lot of opportunity in this market, and I think this dip could get bad in terms of shaking people out. I think the further that we go, it's going to get scarier for people. But there are definite buys here. There's absolute buys in the market. So I wouldn't be too stressed in terms of where we're going in the long term. We have to test these levels, especially if we're talking about maybe lengthening our bull cycle. It's fully possible that we kind of continue down in a bear trend, trade within our channel that we've discussed here before, and then eventually make our way out and continue the market cycle. So that's always possible. At the end of the day, even if we break above the 42, we do have to show that we have support above the 52,000 to actually show that Bitcoin is ready to go back up. Now, altcoins are still holding a good line of support. We've talked about Cardano before. Again, still holding an excellent amount of support at $1.50. So it's doing pretty well. If there's, I'll leave it for another maybe 5-10 minutes. We'll take a couple of questions. I have that video out that you guys should check out after this live stream here. And then I'm gonna go enjoy the bike ride because holy crap, it is like 27, 28 degrees here in good old Canada land. So yeah, I'm super excited to get outside. For me, I was thinking of maybe setting some buy orders, but looking at Ethereum, it's kind of bumping back up. So my buying opportunity, I'm hoping for Ethereum to drop down below 2K today, hopefully, and then pick up some Ethereum to put onto Pswap over the weekend. But that's basically it. But if there's no other questions, I guess I will go ahead and leave you guys here. Thanks, Othman. I appreciate that. Hey, man, I'm going to respond to your question. Actually, I do want to respond to that, and I'll respond to it on stream. I do think that's fully possible that we can trade level in this area for an extended period of time. What you were saying about bull cycles kind of calming down a little bit. The big thing to understand is that we only have $1.5 trillion in this market in general, which is not a lot of money in crypto alone. So realistically, until we see maybe a 10 to $15 trillion crypto market, I think we're still going to see exaggerated dips and like massive pumps, especially when trillions of dollars can enter at any given moment just on a whim. So it's yeah, I would say my answer is yes, but I would think that we need a little bit more money into the system to do that. But I'll type out a good response when I'm able to think about it a little bit more. That's it from me, guys. Hopefully everyone's finding everything well. Hopefully you guys all enjoy your weekend. Don't stress this too much, please. Look at this as buying opportunities. This is your time to lower your dollar cost average. All right, boys, have a good one.